Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 17 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Just jumping back into the fun Feeny, Machamp, Metagross. I don't even know how you would classify this team, like Rain Trick Room hybrid team that Brendan kind of created and we featured on the 100th episode of Road to Ranked. If you haven't seen the last couple of episodes, definitely check it out. We're actually going to kick off this episode right away with Marcelo from Texas, running a Driftlele team. So Driftlele, Coco, Cortana, Arcanine, Garchomp, which is pretty interesting. We did go against the Drifloon team the other day, but it did have Pheromosa and Magnezone, so this is more similar to the Drifloon Melee team that I had used to win the Oregon Regional Championships. But by the way, if you guys are interested in the Snorlax team that I was using earlier on Road to Ranked, I posted the QR code and the paste for that. That's linked in the description below. I forgot to mention that in the last couple of episodes. And like I mentioned in the last episode, I'm doing my best to get back on track with daily uploads. So thank you guys so much for sticking through and waiting for content and being patient. And I'm taking a short trip from Thursday to Tuesday, but I will be back and I'm trying to pre-record as much as I can before that. So Marcelo here has that Drifloon Tapu Lele team. Of course, you see my team on the left side. I think the best way to approach this is Driftlele as a lead could very well be possible. A Trick Room would be great here. Like, if I get a Trick Room up against this kind of team, I just win. But setting up that is kind of difficult, especially if there's the taunt on the Tapu Lele. So there was like a really loud noise outside that was creepy. How do I beat Driftlele as a lead? Metagross? I'm running out of time real quick. Metagross, Porygon, Feeny, what am I doing? Machamp, I don't know if I really like those Pokemon. Yeah, I was talking a little bit too much, didn't really fully think things through. But we're going to get into this episode. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. And like I mentioned earlier, thank you guys so much for waiting and being patient about my content. And now that I'm back home for the summer, I'll do my best to upload on a more consistent basis and offer you guys more content. I don't like this matchup too much, though. And this is, I don't know if this is the lead that I really should have went with. But Coco Lele. Oh, that's really cool. That was like one of my favorite combinations earlier in the season. So that's actually not too bad here. Metagross is super good. The other question is, like, there's got to be taunt here, right? You would think there's an inclination to taunt my Porygon. You do have taunt. I don't know who I want to prioritize knocking out more here. I might just Meteor Mash and try attack here. Yeah, I like that. I think you've got to have taunt if you're leading with this combination, or like Psychic Z-move and T-Bolt into Porygon. But if I can eliminate Lele, that's my biggest threat to Machamp out of the way. Yeah, there's taunt. Nice. Okay, I'll take that. Oh, Shadow Ball. Spec Shadow Ball for sure then. Fine. Meteor Mash connects. Very good. So, got the biggest threat to my Machamp out of the way, which is good. And there's no electric terrain up either. And Tri-Attack still should do around 40% or so to Coco. Yeah, just over 50%. But that does mean I don't have Trick Room up immediately, and with Cortana coming in, that's actually really bad. I wonder if that's Sash Cortana like what I was running, though. Here, you would think maybe just T-Bolt Metagross. Sacred Sword Porygon. So I don't really have any great switches. I think I should just sack Metagross here by Earthquaking, and I'm going to go for the Tri-Attack onto Cortana because I want to see if it's Eevee or not. This game has been very fast-paced. I think I actually could have played that turn 1 better. Like, Scarf. I wasn't expecting the... Oh, it's actually going to be a double up into Porygon, maybe. That's... Or maybe just a Sacred... Ah. That's got to be AV Tana then, if it's running Night Slash. Huh. Cortana plus Coco is actually a very bad combination for me to go up against. Is that AV Cortana? That didn't do, like, bad damage. I'll bring in Feeny now. I might lose this one. I think, I didn't fully think this one out. Maybe Machamp would have been better to bring in here either. My opponent's definitely not anticipating Scarf though, so I do have Ice Beam. Does Hydro Pump do more? 110, 165, and then divided by 2 because of stab, and then resistance. So 82. No, Ice Beam does more. I'll just Ice Beam Tri-Attack. I feel like I've been clicking buttons too quickly here, and I haven't been playing too well. Like, I saw that lead, I was like, oh, Taunt's coming, but then I didn't anticipate the Shadow Ball, I didn't anticipate the Night Slash either, which is a combination of bad plays, and I gave Kartana the Beast Boost. That was probably the worst thing. Ment could have been helpful for Intimidate here. Toad, not really. Coco protects, okay. If I doubled up into Kartana, that would have been so good regardless of who he targets. Wow, that was super laggy. Okay, but he Sacred Swords. That could have just won me the game. Because I'm Scarf. I am locked into Ice Beam, though. So it actually really comes down to who my opponent's last Pokemon is. Because Dazzling Gleam will still do a ton of damage to me. Yeah, not happy about how I played this game. I played way too quickly and aggressively. I'm just going to Ice Beam and I guess Heavy Slam. So we'll see. If it's Garchomp in the back, then I win. Because I don't think Thunderbolt in Misty Terrain knocks out my Feeny. So I should outspeed Kartana, knock that out with the Ice Beam. And Machamp should knock out Coco. So it'll be a 2v1 situation. But since I am locked into Ice Beam now, that's a concern. Maybe I should have Hydro Pumped, because that covers any option my opponent could have had in the back. Yeah, so there's T-Bolt. Nice. Actually, interestingly enough, because my opponent went for the T-Bolt and not the Dazzling Gleam, Machamp actually now could potentially 1v1 who my opponent has in the back. I don't know, though. I didn't play this game well. Like, my goal should have been to set up Trick Room, and I didn't play around that win condition well enough. Because if I get Trick Room, there's nothing my opponent has for Porygon plus Machamp. I just got caught off guard by the Eevee. I assumed it would be Sash. Oh, but it's Garchomp in the back. Yeah, that's game. That explains why my opponent went for the T-Bolt. But Feeny is really, naturally defensive. So now I can just Ice Beam. Even if it's Scarf Chomp, like, I like my odds here. Okay, it's not Scarf Chomp. Yeah, so Ice Beam just knocks it out. Somehow we won this game, but I feel like a lot of games I played with this team on Road to Rank so far, I come out of it and I'm just like, like, I haven't been playing that well, and if my opponent played things a little bit differently, like, my opponent was probably expecting the Protect on Feeny, and that's why the Sacred Sword, like, Sacred Sword on Porygon's typically a safer play, but that's why, like, the Choice Scarf on this Feeny is so fun, because no one expects it, and Ice Beam actually ends up being the correct move to lock myself into, so it eliminates Garchomp, yeah. Huh, interesting. We get a win there, but I'm not too happy about that. Like, that definitely was a different take on the Drift Lele team than what I had run. And it's not like those sets were really surprising. Like, Eevee with Night Slash, that's not crazy. I had it that, I had run that in the beginning of the season, and as well as many other players. Lele with Specs and Shadow Ball, that's not like the craziest strategy. I just thought my Metagross would have been in a safer position, and I got greedy from there. But we still end up with the win. A lot to reflect on, though. I think I should have... I'm trying to think what I could have really done better. And that's, like, the tricky thing. Like, if I'm reading the taunt... That's the annoying thing, right? Because I didn't know whether my opponent had taunt or not. For all I know, he could have stayed in and just, like, Psychic Z, moved your Spec, Psychic, and Thunderbolted. And I didn't have any safe switch-ins, so I felt like my turn 1 play was okay. But then Kartana came in, and I was just like, oh, I totally didn't expect that. I don't have a game plan around that. Maybe bringing him a champ over Feeny would have been better, just because I risked it a little bit, and I could have also Tri-Attacked into the Kartana slot. I mean, looking back, it was just kind of a team-based thing, where it was like, because I'm not able to get Trick Room up, I'm slower, and I think Kartana plus Coco is pretty bad for this team, which is bad, because that's such a popular combination, but we're going to find Manuel from Italy for our next opponent of the day. Manuel, Manuel's running Eevee. Oh, I hate Eevee so much. It's funny because, like, a lot of, like, really notable players have been using Eevee too. Obviously, like, Giovanni Costa is, like, the main Eevee player, using it to pretty much qualify for the World Championships this year. He actually has a great YouTube channel and series where he runs Eevee exclusively. So if you're interested in that, check out the description below. But Eevee, Clefairy, Crocodile, Feeny, Whimsicott, and the Salazzle. Only thing that's like slightly different on that team is the Salazzle. Typically you'll see Smeargle in that slot, but Feeny and Crocodile are very, you know, two Pokemon that are always used pretty much with Eevee sweepers. Occasionally you'll see Espeon as well. So how the heck do I beat this? I don't think I really do. I feel like it has to be a combination of Machamp and Metagross. But can't you just lead Eevee here and screw me over? I feel like you can. I've got nothing for that Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini is a bad enough matchup as is. If anything I can think of, Metagross, Porygon? Machamp for confusion? Politoed? Yeah, so some teams will always have like definitive answers against Feeny. You guys saw, or sorry, against Eevee. I have no text on this team whatsoever. If anything, Scarf, like Haze on my Tapu Fini would be really good. But the thing is, like, all the offensive moves are actually really helpful too. So I wouldn't tech Haze just for Feeny, or just for Eevee. Oh, but we don't see the Clef. Huh. Ah, now I wish I played more offensively. I led this expecting Clefairy, and so I was like, oh, I can Trick Room. Whimsicott probably taunts me, and Eevee probably just Z moves. Yeah. It really comes down, like, do I think my opponent brought both? Because if you have these two, it's like, is Clefairy even here? I don't think Metagross is faster than Eevee. No, it shouldn't be. That would be nice. I think I'm just gonna double attack here into Eevee. A crit would just win the game. I really was anticipating Clefairy though. Yeah, there's taunt. That's fine. Because then I would have led Machamp. That's faster, yeah. Come to think about it, since I'm admin, and I don't know if I can knock it out. If it does, then that was just a bad mislead. But I will get the Meteor Mash off. I'm hoping for a status condition here. Nope. Oh, that's not pretty. So Eevee Baton passes here. Yeah, I lost this game from turn 1, and that was my fault. Not bringing in Machamp was a heavy misplay. Because the taunt was obvious. I just really didn't think Whimsicott would come out, but even if Clefairy comes out, like, that was still a bad play on my end. It's probably Feeny coming in. Just gonna Meteor Mash Tri Attack again. Yep. Yep. The thing about Eevee teams, it's like if you can just knock out that one Pokemon a Baton passes into, you win the game. Unless they get a... Yeah, it's Feeny, okay. So I'm not out of it yet because I do have Confusion with Dynamic Punch. Flinking's Rock or Razor Fang, really? Yeah, so I suppose then if I led Machamp, I actually wouldn't have been able to do much because then you can just fling onto Machamp. It's not bad damage from Tri Attack. It's not good damage, but it's not bad. Okay, so my goal should be to set up Trick Room then. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Metagross can take a +2 Muddy Water. So I'm just gonna Meteor Mash to knock out Whimsicott. Yeah, prevent it from taunting me. Now, I don't think I've actually necessarily lost this. This is where having Poison Jab on Machamp would be better, though. Whimsicott could also protect here. That would be bad. So, in retrospect, yeah, because of the Razor. Okay, Whimsicott switches out. That's okay. Salazzle. Ah, so it's just a cycle fake outs. Wait, Salazzle? Yeah. Oh, Skull, too. I still survived that. That's nuts. So that's the thing. Like, Feeney's actually pretty bad offensively in general. And now, like, Tritec's, like, it's definitely doing okay damage. The only issue is I brought Politoed. That's not exactly the best Pokemon to have. I'm just gonna try attack. Actually, I'll go for a Trick Room, not that I expect to get it. And I'll still protect Metagross. The other thing is I could actually swagger my opponent's Feeney for confusion. The thing, like, Feeney just doesn't do that much damage to Porygon, even at +2. And my opponent's already revealed Slazzle, Feeney, Eevee, and Whimsicott, so obviously everything else is just super passive. My opponent could make a good play here, though, and switch back out into... Slazzle could have Taunt, too, for all I know. That'd be bad, actually. Okay. Yeah. Ah, that's not fun. But that's okay. That is actually quite a problem, though. I think I need to bring in Politoed here, which sucks, because I'm setting up the rain for my opponent. Yeah, the double taunt here was bad. Like, because if I get up Trick Room, I actually have a decent shot at winning this. Now, it's still not over, but the thing is, I need to be able to attack with Porygon. Pretty sure Scald doesn't even two-shot Porygon, even at +2 and Rain. And it's going for Moonblast, probably into Metagross. Actually, no, this one is on a Porygon, yeah. Okay. I'll take that turn. Oh, so close. See, this is bad, though, because now I just set up the Rain, and I could potentially just not get Trick Room up. Unfortunately, I may have to sack Metagross here. Yeah. I'll sack Metagross. Really wish I could have knocked out Slazzle last turn. Sack Metagross to a Scald. Just knock out Slazzle. I don't know how I can get Trick Room up here, though. Okay, I basically need to knock out Slazzle and Whimsicott. Is that switching to Whimsicott? Oh, no. Okay, that's actually potentially good, though. Because now I could actually maybe set up Trick Room. Although, probably feints to an Ice Beam. This is definitely closer than I thought it would be. Just because Feeney is, like, so passive. Oh, he actually Moonblasted Politoed. It's a good play. Citrus does so little after getting used to the 50% berry. It's funny. So I knocked out Eevee. That gets rid of Helping Hand, but now my opponent has 2 taunt users. Might need to try to stall out my own Rain. But now Salazzle just comes back in. Pretty sure it does. Yep. You can also Encore me. I didn't know Feeney's last one too. It could be Muddy Water. Oh, I wish I had Bullet Punch here. How many turns of Rain are left? 3. I think I'll double protect this turn to Scout and burn out a turn of Rain. Basically, if I want to win this game, it involves a combination of Porygon and a Trick Room Sweeper. Huh. That's interesting. I wasn't anticipating that. We'll see if it has Muddy Water. And I don't know if Whimsicott doesn't have an offensive attack, that could be huge. Ah, that's so frustrating. I had an opportunity to get a free knockout there. Oh, that's my bad. Okay, that means it doesn't have Muddy Water. I don't know if Whimsicott has Protect here. Oh, but it probably has Encore. But I'm just going to try to knock it out here. Yeah. Should have predicted the Encore. That might be game then. Let's see. Maybe I can pull something off with Machamp right now. So I'm bringing in Machamp because I think if I bring in Porygon, it's just too telepathic and you can just Moonblast Politoed, taunt Porygon. What do you do here? Moonblast Machamp? Basically, I need to confuse the Tapu Fini right now. I don't know if I can do that. Switching Toad back out into Porygon. Yeah, this is why Eevee teams are so frustrating. Like, most of the times if they set up, they just win. But because my opponent went with Fini instead of Crocodile, like, it's not like, oh, you just power trip everything. But Fini still is just so bad. Again, like, my team in general has Fini weaknesses. So that's probably something I have to go back to the drawing board and figure out. Because, like, Fini in itself is just a problem. My opponent played this really well, though. It was so frustrating last turn, though. I got baited so hard and double protected against the Salazzle, which my opponent could Encore. Which was a very, very smart bait. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. And Moonblast into Machamp. Yep. And rain stops because I'm just going to reset it for my opponent. Ugh. Not that I could have done anything there, but... I guess I can hope for a status condition and freeze Fini. Although it has Scald, so that wouldn't even matter. Paralysis, maybe? This turn is tricky. Part of me wants to just stay in and Dynamic Punch. But if you're my opponent, you should just play safe. And Moonblast. I want for Tri-Attack on a Whimsicott, because maybe I could get a Trick Room up. Okay, that's a start. So Salazzle feigns. But then I can just get Encored. This is the longest, like, post-game after Eevee setup I've ever played in. But my opponent managed this game very nicely. That's gotta go into Machamp. Yeah. Maybe if I get a double protect. I don't even think a double protect saves me, right? Okay. Okay. I mean, my chances of winning are still very slim, but I have Swagger, I have Rock Slide, I have Trick Room. Now I am taunted. That's the biggest issue this game is I was never able to get Trick Room up. Taunt's wearing off after this turn. You should probably just Moonblast Machamp. I think I might make a big risk here and just attack with Machamp and Dynamic Punch Fini. No, my opponent can just Moonblast. Okay, I'll play safe. I think I need to hope for a double protect now with Machamp. Because I think Porygon actually wins 1v1 against Fini with Swagger and Trick Room. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. I would have been really mad if it targeted Porygon, because I was like, oh, that's the safest play, and the smartest play, for sure. That's what I needed. Oh, if I get the double off here too, I swear. I still need a lot to go my way if I want to win this. Oh my goodness, if I actually pull this off. Ah! Jebaited! Oh, not like this. If it actually stayed frozen for another turn. Ah. When you play for the end game and you actually get it, but then the game just decides to break your heart. I mean, My opponent played better than me, so I didn't deserve to win this one. But that's still that's the biggest tease I've had in Battle Spot in a while. GG to my opponent. Is there anything I can do now? Hope for a triple protect. Oh man, I was like, we got the freeze, we got the double, and then the unthaw. We got the triple too. Can we do the quadruple? Oh, yeah. Like I said, I needed a lot of things to go right there. Now, oh. Another freeze. No. Actually, if another tri-attack knocks out Whimsicott, maybe I can still win this because of that triple protect. I mean, I just keep protecting here, yeah. You gotta go for a win condition if you see one, right? Okay, yeah, RIP. I'm already taunted, so that doesn't matter. Moonblast. I actually could win this. Porygon could win the 1v1 against Feeny. I think taunt wears off after next... that's not enough time, I think. My opponent out damages me. Wait, does taunt wear off this turn? Rain stops. I can win this! I can actually win this! Are you kidding me? Oh wait, I'm encored. Not like this! Oh. But this is the last turn of Encore. Can I take 2 attacks from Feeny? I would need to survive 2 Moonblasts. 115. Nah, that's not enough. Freeze! Paralysis! Magic! If Encore was just 1 turn later, I would get the Trick Room off, I could swagger and start recover stalling. That's too funny, guys. That's too funny. It was a good attempt. Unless my opponent throws for some reason here. But I tried to go for what I could have. GG, WP. Moonblast will knock out Porygon, we'll finish up the deal. Man, that's crazy though. The freeze and the triple protect. If I had 1 extra turn, I actually think like Porygon wins against Feeny. Or if I had like 1 turn to recover, but the taunt was just, the taunts were too much this game, and then the Razor Fang flinch I wasn't expecting. The Encores were brutal as well. So very well played by my opponent, but I'm pretty content about that because it's like it wasn't an unwinnable game, and normally against Eevee games, like it's just pretty much over immediately unless you get a critical hit. So I actually wasn't fishing for the critical hit there. I probably could have played a little bit better as well, but that was crazy. Like, didn't end up with the win, but I tried my best. And I think if Whimsicott stays frozen for 2 more turns, which is like, you know, the odds of that are not exactly crazy slim. Then I'm actually in a decent position where I get up Trick Room and then I can swagger my Omachamp, or I can just, like, Porygon can just swagger the Feeny. It's already a +2 attack, so if it does hit itself in confusion at any point, it takes a ton of damage, and I can just keep recovering and Trick Rooming. And I think Porygon actually wins the 1v1 against Feeny eventually through swagger damage. It might come down to a PP war as well, but... maybe not, because I would run out of recover PP, because it out-damages me. But that was crazy, guys. That was crazy. End up with the loss, but that's not a loss I can be too sad about. I could have rethought about how I led that matchup, too, but my team, honestly, is not very much for Feeny. So my game plan should have been to set up Trick Room, but it was so hard to set up Trick Room with Whimsicott and Salazzle and whatnot. But, yeah, that's going to conclude it for this episode, guys. Very well played to my opponent. And I'll try to do a little bit better and think of a better game plan against Eevee next time. But this is going to be it for this one. As always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please share support by leaving a like on the video. And I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.